What's up, everybody? Today on Driving Through Life with Lost Socket Garage, we got a present in the mail, and it's going to be going on the GTO. Stay tuned.
In a world full of cheap coilovers, tow hooks, and eBay turbos, one man set out to create a channel to educate, motivate, break things, fix those things that he broke, but most importantly, make the mistakes so you don't have to. Join him as he goes driving through life.
All right, so we've gone back and forth a couple of different directions on what to do with the exhaust on the GTO. Most exhausts are pretty expensive. The cheapest one I could find, which was an SLP loudmouth exhaust, basically just a straight pipe exhaust, which would be very, very loud. It was, $600, $700, something like that. Decent quality exhaust. I actually was going to order it, but figured out that they were out of stock until August, and I don't really want to wait that long to finish the exhaust on this. So after cracking the exhaust apart a little bit, I decided that with some mid pipes made by Pacesetter, I could actually make the stock exhaust possibly work. So we went ahead and ordered the mid pipes, which I'd need either way, from Pacesetter. So today is going to be a little bit of an unboxing of the Pacesetter mid pipes, and we're going to actually be jacking up the GTO and seeing if everything will fit. And if it will, we're actually just going to throw the H pipe from the H pipe back. We're going to be just attaching that to the mid pipes and hoping for the best. So we're going to get cranking into actually opening this up. Pacesetter is again, kind of a little bit of a budget-friendly exhaust maker. So I actually got these off Jags because I don't carry Pacesetter, unfortunately, right now, maybe soon in the future. But these mid pipes, as advertised on Jags, were just the two mid pipes. It didn't even look like it had room for the rear O2s. So I was worried I'd have to get a tune and tune out those O2s to make sure that I wasn't throwing codes anymore or anything like that. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we cracked this bad boy open. And first, oh, that wasn't important. So first thing, pipe. And I'm actually really pleasantly surprised because, as I said, on the website, it didn't show that it had this bung in there for the rear O2s, but it looks like this one does. So I hope it's threaded correctly and everything. This, you'll notice, is a little bit tapered on the end, and it has a couple of slits. So this is actually just going to get clamped on eventually. I'll probably weld the whole thing together, but I don't have a welder and I don't know how to weld. We're going to be clamping this bad boy on to start with. So here's the first one. Let's see what else. What'd I drop? Ooh! It comes with exhaust clamps. Does it come with two? Because that'd be dumb if it didn't. One of the mid pipes was special enough to get the plastic coating, or the plastic bag treatment. So that's the thing. The welds look pretty damn decent on these. Another bung on this one. I legit thought it would just be two straight tubes. I didn't think a bung would be in there for the rear O2. I thought I'd have to go buy exhaust clamps. I wasn't even going to do this video today, to be honest, because I figured I'd get them, kind of mock them up. But it looks like it comes with almost everything you need. Maybe this last box in here will be gaskets and bolts. Please have bolts, because my other ones are wrecked. Washers. Oh, that's cool. Gaskets. That's awesome. Do we get bolts? Doesn't come with bolts to go on the stock exhaust or the rest of your exhaust, but I get two washers. Okay, so that's cool.
Hey, you watching the video. If you like it, like and subscribe.
All in all, comes with two exhaust clamps. It comes with two washers that I'll use, I guess. And the exhaust is going to be on the header. It's going to slip right over the Pacesetter header. Say that 5 times fast. It'll clamp on with this, and then it's going to bolt to the rest of my exhaust. I'll kind of show you what I'm thinking, how I'm going to put this together. I'll get my other exhaust out, and hopefully we can make this all work for pretty low budget. Like I said, the exhausts they're pretty expensive, and you know, if I can piece this bad boy together, it'll be a little bit easier than blowing $1,000 on an exhaust. But let's take a look at what I think my exhaust setup's going to be like. All right, so this is how it'll look. So this end right here is just going to slip over the Pacesetter header, theoretically. We'll put these clamps on. These clamps will go right over, hopefully. I mean, we'll see, you know. Clamps will go over. The rear O2s fit just fine. And then we'll connect to the stock H pipe. Now, eventually what I want to do is I want to get this entire piece right here remade. Because again, I don't like the crush and bend. We're just on a little bit of a budget right now. And then this will come back to the stock, or not the stock, the exhaust tips that are off of these. These are actually Flowmaster mufflers. So I'll probably end up putting an X pipe in here and stuff like that. But for right now, all I want to do is get a couple of exhaust bolts. I need to buy a couple of new ones because these were really, really rusted. I had to cut the other two off. So I need a couple of exhaust bolts, and then I need 2 more gaskets. One for each muffler because those were just in pieces. So we're actually going to jack up the car. We're going to throw these on. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of plot out how this is going to fit under the car. We have the O2 sensor back here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to leave this out. We're going to connect the O2 sensor, the rear O2 sensor. We're going to connect that first, actually, because it's really, really tight under there. It's a really tight fit.
That's what she said.
So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this rear O2 sensor into the car first. We'll pre-wind the O2 sensor itself so that when we put it in the bung, giggity, it's not going to be all tightened up. Like the cord's not going to be all kinked up. So we'll pre-wind this as we put it in. How these work, make sure that you place this correctly to where you can get to it very, very easily, because I'm going to have to take this exhaust off again. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this pretty much all the way out. So what we'll do here is the big end of this is going to fit over the pipe itself here. So once we put that on, you're going to see, let's see if I can show this to you, but on the pipe actually hits a little lip here. These mid pipes, they actually pretty much just slip right over the header pretty damn easily. So I put the clamp on, and then I'm just going to slip this end over the header, and then I'm going to tighten it down. 16 millimeter bolts for those of you following along with Pacesetter headers. We'll put this on first, then we'll put this on. Now, really, we should leave it all loosened up. I did tighten down the other one. I'm probably going to regret that. We should leave it loosened up because we will be putting that other exhaust back on. We want to be able to move this around a little bit once we get new exhaust bolts for the other one. So I'm just going to throw this other one on real quick, and we'll get back to it. All right, had a little bit of a delay because I made the smart move when I was taking the exhaust off of just assuming that I was going to buy new exhaust hangers, and then I forgot to buy new exhaust hangers. So I actually mounted the mid pipes up and mounted the exhaust up, started bolting it down, and realized, hey, these hangers have been cut. Cool. I got some new exhaust hangers by Amazon. Exhaust hangers I'm not too worried about. I'm not a brand whore when it comes to exhaust hangers. Just got some 12 millimeter exhaust hangers. While I was at it, I got a few extra 2.5 inch exhaust gaskets. So yeah, now finally a few days later, we're going to finish mocking everything up. We're going to throw in the new exhaust hangers. We're going to hang the exhaust up. We're just going to throw the bolts in, wait till everything fits correctly, and then we'll bolt everything up, and hopefully be done.
All right, had to wait a day because the camera was running out of battery, but got everything put back together. Really, I mean, the old exhaust fit just fine back on there. There was a little bit of wangling, but I'll kind of explain a little bit of the order in which I did everything in here in just a second. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's get a start up here.
All right, so we're gonna take a little drive around, get you the driving sound clip. Sounds great for the outside, especially in a cold startup. Man, my neighbors are gonna love me for this. Nothing to see here. But yeah, so kind of the order I did things in is, I mean, obviously, so I tightened down the headers. That was muy necesito, but everything else, I actually ended up tightening one mid pipe, and that was not a good idea because everything's got to wiggle around in there, right? So I just loosely bolted on the mid pipes, put in the O2 sensors, and then I put on the rest of the exhaust, primarily just put them in the hangers. Now when you're putting them into the hangers, remember to use a lube, WD-40, some sort of penetrant. I mean, WD-40 works really just fine. Let's get on this a little bit, see how she sounds. That's not bad, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty damn good. Oh, she's running rich. I need a tune. That's one of the things now is I'm going to tune out. So I'm going to take it and get it tuned here in Salt Lake somewhere. She needs to be leaned up a little bit. She's running pretty rich. You hear that backfiring. It's too much fuel, basically. So I need to get it tuned. So make sure you don't tighten everything down to start with, because it's you got to wiggle. You got to work with it, you know, to get those bolts in, and make sure you put the gaskets on before you put the pipes on. Make sure you do that. So yeah, what's next? That's the real question. So next for the GTO, like I said, I need to get it tuned. It needs to be leaned out a little bit. Now, I went back to my old exhaust. It's 2.5 inch, which is probably as big as I'm going right now. I don't really need to go any bigger because really nothing else is done to the car. So I'll probably stick with 2.5 inch, but I might actually end up building my own exhaust just because there's not a lot to it. I might attempt that. If I do, I'll definitely you know, film it for your guys' entertainment purposes. What's next for the channel? I have some exciting news. A new episode of Car Builder's Corner is going to be happening. It's going to be filmed next week. So it's going to be a super happy, fun time. Now, what is the car, you might ask? Well, it's a rare Mitsubishi, and I'll leave it at that. So as you guys can see, I'm repping a white Lost Socket Garage t-shirt. Give you a little back, bam, Lost Socket Garage. We have men's white and black shirts. We have women's tank tops, which have been going over really, really well so far. If you go to lostsocketgarage.com and you throw the old dub in front of that, we have piston clocks. We have keychain holders made out of spark plugs. We have 10mm keychains so that you'll never lose a 10mm, or you'll always have one on hand. So check out the store. Check us out on Facebook at Lost Socket Garage. Check us out on the Instawebs, the Instagram, Lost Socket Garage. I'll put that stuff somewhere around here. Now, as a channel, we are super, super close to 100 subs. So close. So close. And if you've been watching for a while, you'll know that once I hit 100 subs, I get a bottle of whiskey from my opponent in this little YouTube war that we've been having. I'm really, really close, so if this content helped you at all, if you enjoyed the series on the GTO so far, or the WRX, or anything like that, like, subscribe, comment, bell notification, do the YouTube stuff. And until next time, be happy, do what you love, don't be a dick, and as always, keep on driving.